No, I'm definitely I mean I've been working for a little bit, but got my kids are it's my son's birthday in a few weeks, so
Awesome.
he wanted to bring his buddies out, so we brought his
There you
buddies
go.
out here. We're hanging out.
Awesome. Well, I hope you have a wonderful time in Daytona Beach, and yeah, eat some awesome seafood there. And yeah, definitely jealous about that. So today's call is going to be about hiring. This is going to be a really interesting call. We get a lot of people reach us out like, hey, can you do a hiring campaign for us? Where can I find project manager, project coordinator, sales rep? So I think kind of giving a big picture framework on how to hire effectively as a CEO would be super helpful for you guys. So that's what today's call is about. And this is going to be recorded and we're going to add it in our course area. So if anybody wants to watch our call later, they can definitely do so. John, I guess we can get started with you. What are some of your wins for the week and what are some of your frictions for this week?
I don't know. Wins. I mean, possible another new employee for that came by
Awesome.
like Thursday. Oh man, you're hiring, man. Can I come and see you? He's working for another company. He's not doing what he wants there. So he wants to do he wants to be in the pool building part, and he's on the remodel side. And they promised them that the pool build would start building up, and it never did. So he's looking for another job, and maybe
Got it.
see him. And we got a couple pool builds. So
Let's go. That's awesome.
yeah.
Any other wins?
No, not really. On
No.
vacation.
Vacation. That's a win
Yeah.
itself. Perfect. I see Ryan and Elmer. Elmer, you've joined after a while. How's everything going, man?
It's going great, Yipper, finally able to catch a Friday here now that the meeting has moved.
I know. We did it Thursday, then we moved to the Wednesday. Wednesday we had like absolutely no people joining. So I'm like, let's shoot for Friday. Let's see if people show up Friday. So I'm super happy that you joined our call today. What's been your biggest win or friction for the week?
Biggest win. I'm trying to think. Well, I got my sub started on a $100,000 deck with glass.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And any major frictions?
No, not that I can think of. Not off the top of my head. Anything? No, not off the top of my head right now. Grateful, super grateful this week for the team and just guys out there grinding. It's hot this week.
It is hot.
Yeah.
It is hot. It's like probably like 90 something degrees here in Georgia. So it's definitely hot here. But super glad to have you on, Elmer. And yeah, just having a great week itself is a win, right? So I'm excited that we're gonna do these calls every Friday now, so 12 o'clock. So we'll love to have you join as well. Today we're going to be covering hiring, really important and interesting topic. There's a huge demand for a lot of contractors wanting to know how to hire effectively. So that's what we're going to be covering today. Before we jump in, I do see Ryan, you're on the call. Any major wins or friction for this week?
Yeah, I mean, we're booking some pretty good appointments. It's picked up a little bit.
Okay.
And I need to renew a license in a state that's telling me they have no records of anything for us. And I'm like, we've been doing it for 3 years. So I'm having to try to figure out what the heck's going on with them.
Oh God, that's yeah, I wish I could help you with that. But hopefully the licensing part, right? This happened to me as well. Not for contractor license, just like the EIN. They had my EIN swapped, like the state. And they thought like I'm not registered as a company. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then they had like 1 digit off. So they had to fix that. And it was like a lot of paperwork I had to submit to make sure that, it shows that we're a legit company.
Yeah,
but
I have a feeling it's something like that.
Probably.
Because it's like, how am I getting licenses in all these other cities?
Yeah.
In your jurisdiction, if that's not, anyway, I know someone's messed something up. It's been my
Awesome. Well, I hope you figured that out and keep booking some appointments, and we'll love to see if we can close some more deals for you guys. So that'll be amazing. I guess it's 12:05, guys. Let's go ahead and get started. So today's call, we're going to be talking about how to effectively recruit talented employees in your business. As you guys know, you guys are always hiring new people. Some might work out awesome. They stay long term with you guys. Some employees don't work out for you, right? So why don't they work out, and why do some work out? So we want to have an effective strategy in your hiring process, so that way you have new people, new employees coming on board that are a good fit for your business, right? So they actually align with your core values. They have the right skill set, and they're there for you. So you're not there in the business, you're working on the business, and every employee that you bring on is helping you grow and succeed and accomplishing the mission of the business that you guys have set, whether it's, hitting a certain revenue number, whether it's serving X amount of clients or customers, whatever your revenue goal is, that's what they're there for. So as a CEO, one of the highest leverage tasks in your business is hiring the right people. So employees will either make or break your business if you do not have an effective recruiting strategy. So hiring the right team member is critical for the growth and sustainability of your contracting business. So the goal is to bring on people, to build a team that shares your vision, complements your skill, right, and contribute to the trust and authority of what you want to establish in the industry, right? So you guys want to bring on, at the end of the day, you're a CEO. When you started the company, you were doing everything A to Z. You were doing marketing, you were doing sales, you were handling projects. Maybe you guys had subcontractors, but as you guys grow, you want to be able to delegate tasks effectively, but you can't delegate if the other person is not an A player, is not something that aligns with your core values, does not complement the skills that you want him to have. So which is why we're gonna talk about how to effectively hire. Hiring is expensive, guys. As you guys all know, like bringing the wrong person in your team costs you a lot of money, right? Like you have to put them on W-2, you have to pay the state, you have to pay taxes on that person, benefits, whatever you guys want to offer. So it's better to bring on a person who is the right fit than to bring on a wrong hire. So that's what we're going to be going over on our call today. So first of all, the first thing we will be going to talk about is identifying hiring needs. So what do I mean by that is, like, first, we need to identify, hey, what is that person going to be doing? What are the role and responsibility that person is going to be performing? It's really important. You're not just hiring because, oh, I need some work done tomorrow, so I need to bring on an additional person. Is this a long-term position that's open in your company, or is this a seasonal task that person is going to be doing? So these are some type of questions that you guys are going to be asking yourself. Do you need more hands on deck during peak season? Do you require specific skill set for a certain project? Why exactly are we hiring in the company? And evaluating these needs pretty much helps streamline your recruitment process and make sure you're targeting the right candidates. Think about your hiring as how you do marketing to bring on more jobs. If you don't have a good hiring process, what you're going to do is you're going to attract the wrong type of employees that are going to come into your business, and it's going to absolutely be a disaster for you. You're not going to be able to grow if you do not bring the right person. It's the same exact thing on marketing, right? If you do not bring on the right type of customer that you want to work with, what's going to happen? It's going to be a pain in the ass to work with that customer over that month, 2-month time frame, because they're going to be complaining, doing, you know what it means by good customers and bad customers, right? So it's the same thing with employees. There's good employees, there's bad employees. So we really want to fine tune your hiring process, so that way you guys can bring on employees in a better way. So one, I'm going to give you this free template. It's part of the slide deck, so you guys can check it out later. But this is a job scorecard. I don't know if some of you guys are already leveraging something called job scorecard, but it's really important that before you even put a job posting out, or you start asking people like, hey, I'm looking for this position, do you know someone who would be a good fit? Have a job scorecard. Now, this is what a job scorecard is. So before you're searching for a position, the goal is to clearly outline what that person's job description is. What exactly are the tasks that person's going to be doing? What is the outcome that this person is going to be performing, right? So what are the key skills, competencies that this person needs to have to be able to work in your business? So this one phrase is really, really important right here. So the key to finding A players is to create a recruitment strategy that reflects your core values and purpose, and then use your marketing skills to reach the right potential pool of talent. So you guys already know the best candidates are probably working somewhere else and need a reason to consider your organization. And because budgets are always tight in growing company, you must find clever marketing approaches to attract the specific type of strange talent you're seeking. So A players are already taken. They're already working for other companies, right? And you as a growing company, you want to attract talent. You want to bring on the most talented people. They got to have some skin in the game. If you want to bring on A players, you have to recruit them from other companies, right? And the way to do that is you got to understand marketing. Like I said before, just like how you attract customers through ads, right? You want to bring on the right type of customers. That's the same way we're going to have to treat employees as well. There is a strategy involved where you have to follow and bring the right people in. So let me go over this example job scorecard template. Now, what this is, before you even put a job description or a job posting out, take 15-20 minutes and create this job scorecard. For example, you're hiring a sales rep, right? So what you want to do is you want to at least have minimum 20 applicants per position. What this does is pretty much gives you a broad range of, hey, what type of employee should I be bringing on? Who's the best and who's the worst, right? After interviewing 20 people, you're going to have a pretty decent idea of what an average candidate's qualification should be and what his skill set should be and who would align with your core values. So you create this position, you put in your local area. What is the mission of your company? What are you trying to do, right? So every company has a mission. So you want to put in like the company's mission, or you can put in the mission for that specific role. So for example, what is the core mission of a sales rep? Their mission is to bring and increase your company's revenue by X percentage, right? So you guys know like, hey, between 2021 and 2022, this was my revenue and this is how much we grew. Now you want to grow to another percentage or whatever the case is. So that is what the expectations are from that new hire. So sales rep is expected to close 30% to 40% off the appointments and follow-ups on all leads from marketing activities. So their goal is to increase revenue, bring more jobs for you. So you guys are booked out for the year. And their goal is to close a minimum 30 to 40% off the appointments that are booked on his calendar. His job is to follow up on all the leads from the marketing activities you guys are doing, whether it's your SEO, PPC, Facebook ads, organic content, inbound leads coming in through your referrals, word of mouth, whatever the case is. His job is to minimum close 30 to 40%. Now, how are you going to keep him accountable for doing this? So there's like 3 or 4 activities that he has to do no matter what, that you're going to keep track of it as a CEO. Now, what are those activities? One is he needs to generate revenue. Number one, he needs to bring in an X amount of revenue every single month. If he does not do it, he's not at the bare minimum KPI, which is the key performance indicator for your business. So I've seen this happen a lot of time. Sales rep would say something to the owner like, hey, I'm not getting leads, I'm not getting appointments. But when you actually look at their calendar, they have 6 to 8 appointments in a week. But guess what? They're not closing those deals. So they end up telling you that I don't have enough appointments on my calendar. But the real issue is his close rate is not at the bare minimum standard. So as a CEO, you guys need to identify what the minimum close rate should be. And is he actually performing to that minimum close rate or not? So you guys know a minimum, he should be bringing $100,000 to $200,000 in revenue. Average sales size should be $80,000 within 2 months because you're ramping him up. This is for pools. You guys can create your own sales size, right? Like as a hardscape company, you're like, hey, I want within the first 2 months to bring in additional $20,000 to $40,000 because we're ramping them up and then we can scale them up. So that would be the average deal size. Customer volume. So how many deals you guys expect that person to close at a minimum? So you want him to close a minimum of 3 jobs per month. So that's his key performance indicator. Minimum, he has to close 3 deals. Okay. So what are some of the activities he has to do to be able to hit these targets? He has to go a minimum of 5 to 6 appointments per week, follow up with leads twice a week. These are the activities he has to do to hit his revenue targets for the month. Does this make sense, guys? Perfect. Awesome. So this is how you're going to keep him accountable. Now,
Yep.
we've said the accountability right here. We know what the activities need to be. Next thing, you're going to have to identify what are the key competencies, what are the skill set, what type of characteristics that sales rep need to have to be able to work in your company. He needs to have integrity, right? He's not just like selling with anybody who has a pulse and some money in the bank. They have to be right fit, right type of project for your business. Results oriented, customer focused. He has to be actively listening to your customers. He has to be energetic, right? He can't go to like sales appointment with literally no energy and expecting to like close a deal, right? He has to be energetic, enthusiastic because he's representing your company. So have to have an amazing work ethic. If he doesn't have work ethic, he's not following up on his leads, he's not doing the dials, he's not putting in the reps, guess what? He's not the right fit for your company. And this happens all the time because you don't have a right recruitment strategy. You're not going to bring on the right person for your business. In order for you to scale from 1 million, 2 million to 5 million, this is what you need. You need to have a right strategy in your business. So hire A players based on this criteria right here. So a desire to excel, act, encourage, learn and innovate, values. So they have to be a good culture fit. If they don't collaborate, if they don't interact with your team members, your crews, they're just like on their own. And then all they do is like complain about stuff. What are everything that's wrong in your business? They're not the right fit for you and your company. Right? Because they're going to create a toxic environment. And guess what? Other good people that you have in your business, they're going to start leaving. They're like, I don't like this guy. I don't know how my boss feels about it, but I don't feel comfortable working here. So you're going to lose the other A players in your business because of this. Results. He has to be result focused. Like I said, these are your KPIs right here. Now you know exactly what is the outcome for that you expect from that sales rep. So every single week you have to go over these outcomes or KPIs with that sales rep on a week. And I'm just giving you an example for sales rep. This can go with every single job, whether it's a project manager, project coordinator, anybody, your operations manager, exact same framework you guys can use to bring on that employee. Last is a skill, the least important, since most skill set need updating like every 5 years. So they need to have some type of skills to be able to perform these tasks. You can't hire someone who has an operations experience to do sales for your company. So they have to have some type of sales background, some type of sales experience. Okay. So that's what we're going to be doing. And I'll show you by the template on a job description, but this is an activity you guys should be doing before you even bring on a new person or put on a job posting out on any of the whatever referral, any groups or any other job boards. So let's talk about best sources to hire. Okay. So this is really important. I've listed 7 sources right here, but this is like, think of it like in the ascending order. First of all, if you need to hire anybody else, look into your network, right? Your network is the best network that you're going to have because you have everybody you want to be interacting with who aligns with your core values, because otherwise you're not going to have a good network, right? So first of all, in your network, you need to talk to other employees. It can be your colleagues, your business partner. Like, hey, do you know any sales rep who would be interested in working with us? That would be the #1 source to bring on talented, good people. Number 2 is your team, your crews. Talk to them. Be like, hey, do you know anybody who would be interested in working in our company? We're looking for this person. He needs to do this amount of work, and this is the projected salary for that person. So that is number 2. If you can't find anybody in your network, you can't find anybody in your team. Third, Indeed. Literally just go on Indeed, put a job posting out, and you'll start attracting people in locally in your area. Another really good source is LinkedIn. I haven't seen a lot of contractors use LinkedIn, but LinkedIn is an untapped platform specifically for you guys. It's so easy to put a job posting out on LinkedIn, and majority of the candidates that you will find are really, really qualified on LinkedIn that you can bring on. So LinkedIn, Indeed are really, really good platforms to bring on talented people. Facebook groups. There's a lot of Facebook groups, guys, especially if you're contractors. Look them up. If not, reach out to Eli or Hudson, and we'll send them like 5 or 10 Facebook groups that you guys can literally put a job posting in, and you'll see some people in that group that are actively engaged and will start coming to you. Be like, hey, I'm looking for a job. Can we set up a time and interview? Another thing is Facebook ads. I've done it for our clients as well. You guys can hire literally a sales rep just by running a Facebook ad for about 10 days. It's really easy. You do it in a 30-mile radius. The job posting is shown to everybody within a 30-mile radius, and you can qualify them. You can bring them on in your funnel. If you want to spend some money, you can literally do it through Facebook ads. 7th source is trade shows. There's literally 5 to 10 trade shows throughout the year. So if you're wanting to hire someone, trade shows is one of the best ways to bring on someone.
Facebook group, the ads, when you do the ads, you got to do a boost post, and then a certain area around you can do that.
Yep, that is correct. So the way Facebook works is the ad would fall under an employment category. So what that is, you just have to select it. This is a special type of ad. Any political ads and ads related to hiring fall under a specific category. But what you can do is you can do a 30-mile radius, target male, female. It doesn't let you. You have to target everybody. And then there's a ad copy would be your job description. And then we add a creative to it. In fact, let me see if I can pull something up. So hiring.
Yeah, if you got something, I would love to. I mean,
let me see if I can pull this up. So here is a copy right here. So here's an ad we ran for a hiring sales rep. Okay, so this is a picture we're going to use. We're hiring sales rep. You can literally earn up to $5,000 to $10,000 a month. This is what goes on the ad copy. And by the way, this is from your Facebook business page. We're looking for 2 end-to-end sales rep for, let's say, XYZ company. Must have 3 to 5 years of sales experience in selling pools or in home improvement industry. Training and tools provided. Make $5,000 to $10,000 within the first 4 months. Job will involve site visits locally in your area. Designs on structure studios and sales. Click the link below to apply. Limited 3 spots. And the headline would be you can earn up to $10,000. Now, to screen these candidates, these are the 3 questions you guys can screen them on. Do you have sales experience? Yes or no? Have you sold pools before? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Do you have experience using Pool Studio or Structure Studio? These are the 3 questions you're going to ask to qualify a sales rep. Now, if they fall under these criteria, you will see the answers. And if they don't even call them. The ones that fall under, call them right away. I saw you fill out a form on my Facebook. When can we set up a phone interview? And then you just set up a phone interview. Simple, just like that.
Okay, I like that. And I can get it off the site. You guys, your app.
Yeah, you can actually reach out to Eli or Hudson, and if you're looking for a sales rep, we can set this up for you.
I'm definitely. I mean, I like my guy, but he's not the best. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect. Yep.
Right? He's not a great go-getter. Let's just say that.
Totally get it. Yep. So these are the best sources to hire. Let's talk about job description. Now, here's another thing I've seen this happen a lot. I've seen people go on Indeed, go on LinkedIn, go on Facebook, and all they put is, I'm hiring a sales rep, call me, and this is my number. Literally, the employee or the candidate has no idea what he's doing. It's a sales rep position for what? Is it a Walmart sales rep position? Is it a car dealership? Nothing. You just put like, call me, I'm hiring for a sales rep. Think about your job description just the same way as you attract customers through your ad copy or through your ad, right? So in an ad, you put in attention homeowners, our projects start at X amount. We've been working in the company or in the industry for this amount of time. Call us today to get a free estimate. When a customer looks at that ad, a certain type of customer is going to click on it because they understand I have to spend money to get this project. And this is their bare minimum project that they can take on. It's the same way your job description works. The more detailed your job description is going to be, the better candidates are going to apply because they have the active listening skills. They're going to actually pay attention to detail. When you have detailed job description, they're going to read, oh, this is what the company is about. This is the role. This is my responsibility. This is what they're looking for. And this is why they should join your company. The more detail you have, the better candidates you will attract. So I'll quickly go over this. And by the way, you guys can tweak this template just how you like it. I just created it for sales rep. If you want a project manager, obviously you guys can tweak it accordingly. So for example, you want to give obviously first a title. You want to have an attractive title, something that catches their attention. You're hiring for a sales rep, join our team of A players. Okay, so they want to understand A players only want to work with A players. So if you don't have A players in your company, that's a red flag. We need to attract A players. So the title is what gets their attention. Now, once you got their attention, the second thing is they want to read about you. Who are you? Why should they work for you? Because A players want to work for world-class companies that offer good benefits. They have potential to grow. They want to exceed in that role. So you want to give a little background. Hey, we've been in the industry for X amount of time. This is how many installs or this is how many projects we have done. Why should they work for you? Any recognition, any certifications you guys have, this is an opportunity for you guys to flex. So you guys can talk about that. This is your company, blah, blah, blah. And you're going to talk a little bit about the role. What is the role about, right? So this is where you're going to tell them, just brief description. This is what the role is. I'm looking at sales rep to help me grow my business from X to X, right here, simple. What are the key responsibilities? So the key responsibilities are going to come from your job scorecard. Now here, you've identified what are the key responsibilities. This is what's going to go in right here. So they understand what exactly are my role, what is my responsibility working for this company. Now, you're going to tell them, what are you looking for? What type of skills are you looking for? What values that person needs to have so you attract the right type of employee in your business. Proven sales experience, preferred in the construction industry, excellent communication, interpersonal skills, a knack of building relationship, understanding customer needs, self-starter with a drive for reaching and exceeding sales targets, ability to do work, collaborate with a team environment. If they don't fit this criteria, they're not going to apply to your company. Simple. And why join us? These are all the perks you guys are going to be offering. Hey, I offer unlimited PTO, paid time off. We do benefits. We have 401k plan. We have competitive salary. Whatever you guys offer, this is what goes here. Why join us? So competitive compensation package, how much they can make. Sales reps are like money hungry. They want to know like, hey, how much money I'm going to be making working for this company. So this is where you're going to put in like, hey, we have a competitive salary package. You get a base plus you get commission, or it's commission only, but you can make up to X amount. So A players want to make a lot of money, but they're not cheap. You can't expect to bring on an A player for 30 grand or 40 grand a year salary. But I promise you, it's going to be expensive, but they're going to take your company for X amount of dollars to literally 50% more revenue. So that's where you want to put in why join us right here. And in the end, you just have a call to action. If this is something you're interested in, click the link below, apply to this job posting. And you just copy and paste and put it on LinkedIn and Indeed. Simple. That's it. That's all you have to do. This is a free template, and it's going to go in our course here. You guys can copy and paste and tweak it accordingly how you feel like. So now we got the job description in line. Next step is weeding out, like just qualifying. Just like how we qualify your leads, just like how you qualify your leads when you're on the phone, you have to do the same thing for your employees as well. Not every single candidate that comes into your pipeline of for that position is going to be qualified. So I usually try to do 2-step qualification. One is a phone interview, just a quick interview, kind of see if they're actually interested in this role or not. Second interview, which is the final round, unless you're a really, really big company and you have like full corporate structure, director, executives, you can do 3 rounds, but it's totally up to you. I recommend doing two rounds of interview. First round is interest based, kind of understand if they would be a good fit. Second round would be like cherry picking the best candidate. So these are the 2-step qualification we're going to be doing. So in the first round, you want to understand if they are qualified, yes or no. If they're not qualified, you're going to disqualify them. And then obviously they're not going to make it to the second round. Second thing you're going to want to understand and know is, does this candidate have the skills or the industry knowledge to be able to work in your company? And the third, which is one of the most important things that majority of the people forget, is, do they align with your core values in your company? Do you think he would be a team fit, a culture fit to help and grow your business? So that's what you're looking for in the first. You can do it in person or over the phone, but that's what you're looking for. The final round of interview, which is your second interview, you're cherry picking the best candidate. Hey, out of these 5 candidates that made it to the second round, who is the best candidate that I can bring on in my company? Now you're looking to see their soft skills like communication, their time management skills. Did they show up on time? The interview was scheduled at 12 p.m. Did they show up at 12:01, or were they on the call at 11:59? What time did they show up? Like little things like that. That's what you're looking for, especially for sales rep. Because think about, like, they show up to your appointment for your customer. The appointment time was 12 o'clock. They show up at 12:15. What kind of impression that's going to make? Because they're representing your company. They're not even going to make a sale because they were 15 minutes late. So these are the type of things you're looking for when you're hiring for sales rep, these soft skills. And third thing you're going to talk about is salary, benefits. Why should they work with you? So I always recommend doing 2 rounds of interviews. Now, I do want to give you a template as well for the questions that you can ask to kind of gauge if they are a good fit or not. So I'll quickly go over that with you. So this is like phone interview, quick call, or if they're really close by to your office location, you can invite them to your office and you can talk to them in person. So over the phone, this is literally what you're talking about. Don't go in detail, literally 5 or 15 questions you're going to ask them. Tell me about yourself. Why are you looking for a new position, first of all? What was it about your position that attracted them to apply? And you want to know a little bit about what are they doing currently in their current job? If they're actively employed, and if they're not employed, what were they doing in their past job? What was their responsibility? You want to kind of know, like, hey, describe the best workplace culture they would thrive in, right? So this is where you're gauging, like, hey, would he be a right culture fit or not? What's the salary expectation? What is the most important skill you learned recently? What challenges was he facing in a current role? This is a really important question right here. A lot of people don't ask this. What this question will tell you is, this will tell you what are some of the problems they were facing in their current role. And if that was a problem that was created by an employee, was it created by the previous company? What's happening here? If offered the position, how soon could you start? This will kind of give you an idea, like how soon they can get started for the new role. Yeah, I think those are the phone questions that we ask. And, so I've seen some of the clients that we work with, they've asked these questions as well. So this is in the template as well. Second round, which is the final round of interview, you want to ask like scenario-based questions. This is where you're going to ask them like questions about their previous job or an example that they can share with you. So describe a time when you successfully identified, pursued, or closed a significant business deal. How would you approach building a relationship with a potential client? Like I said, these are specifically for sales rep, but really, really important question to know, are they going to be a good fit to work with you? They're going to give you a scenario right here. Like, yeah, I had an opportunity at my last job. We got this amount of deals. All I did was I always made sure I was on time. I dressed professionally. I showed up to the appointment on time. I try to build rapport as much as possible with the customer. So that's how you can gauge like, hey, how are they building relationship with your customers? There's a few more. Could you explain me how you handle a situation where a customer was dissatisfied, and how did you resolve that? So this is where you can gauge their problem solving skills. Can they think critically or not? These are really, really important questions to ask, specifically for a sales rep role. There's some more you guys can go through, but just wanted to give you a little bit of like knowledge on what type of specific questions you guys should be asking. These are my 2 rules for hiring. You guys feel free to write them down if you like, but always and always hire slow and fire fast. When I say hire slow, take your time in hiring. Do not rush. Hiring is a really, really important and expensive thing to do for your business. So always hire slow. Take your time. Bring the right person in. I would rather wait to bring on the right person than hire the wrong person and just my entire business is going down. So do that. Number 2, don't hire based on potential, hire based on experience. So for those of you on the call, like anytime you're on the call, literally look at what is their experience. Not, yeah, I see a potential in this guy, I can bring him on. You don't want to hire based on potential. You want to hire based on experience. That's it. Finally, you send them an offer letter and provide them a world-class onboarding experience. The better you onboard them, the more they understand about your company, your culture, understand what the role is, and they're going to stick around with you long-term. If they don't have a good onboarding experience, they don't get trained properly, chances are A players are going to quit. Right, there's like this companies don't know what they're doing. They don't have their processes right. They don't have their systems on point. So I guess I'm going to leave and they're going to find another job really fast. So make sure you have a good onboarding experience for your employees when you bring them on. But that's all I had, guys. I would love to see if you guys have any questions on this, or did this make sense to you?
Yeah,
Does anyone do referral bonuses to hire?
I haven't tried that. No.
I would definitely do that. That's a great idea. You guys can literally, the amount of money you're going to pay to like Indeed or LinkedIn, you know, $300 to $500, literally put that as a referral bonus. Hey, I'm going to give you $500 or $1,000 if somebody can bring me an employee or help me recruit this person. If you feel like you have a good circle, good network that you can find A players in. But that's a good way to recruit A players, having a referral bonus.
I got a referral. If you bring me an employee, I got you. Okay.
Yep. And you end up hiring, right? So that's another thing.
Yeah. I mean, I always ask those questions about what you would do with a customer that's not satisfied. My wife told me about that, and
I love that.
I always ask that question. I don't know if they ever answer it right. It's hard. It's a hard question to answer,
Yeah. No, it's and here's the thing, John. The more you're gonna interview people, the better you're gonna know, like, hey, this person answered it right, this person did not answer correctly. So you gotta have a good pool of candidates. You can't just interview 3 people and expect like, hey,
yeah,
there's not enough, there's not enough volume there, because like sales is all about volume. And same thing with like hiring as well. You want to interview at least about 10 or 15 people before you make a decision on who would be a good fit. I've seen some clients, they would interview like 3-4 people and just pick one out of that. You can't really gauge that the quality of candidates that you can bring on in your company if you don't have a bigger pool of people, right? Like just like how in a company, after doing projects every year in a year, your standard of the project or the customer goes up every year. Like first you start off with like, oh, I'll take on any type of project, 5,000, 10,000. Then next year you're like, hey, I want to do projects that are like 20,000 plus. Next year you're like, I want to do 50. Same thing with like candidates as well. The more candidates you interview, the better you're going to gauge the quality of candidates that you can bring on in your company.
That's the problem, is the candidates. I can never get enough candidates, and that's why I came here. That's why I wanted to come to this this mastermind meeting because I see that, I mean, the employees you have are quality, so I'm looking for that quality employee. And I just don't know how to get them because I never get it, the amount I need to pick from, let's just say, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So
Yeah. What have you, like, what type of sources have you like kind of like put the job posting on?
I've tried Indeed and LinkedIn, and maybe, you know, I think the problem is with me is not advertising as the quality position, and
Yep.
and you have to have that good advertisement. And I've tried a couple times recently, and just was not succeeding. So the quality of the ad is my problem, I believe.
It might be. If you want to bring on like maybe a screenshot or something, John, on your next call here, I'll be happy to take a look at your actual job description, or maybe you can use this template right here, and then just copy and paste your company values and everything, and just test it out one more time and see if you attract better quality candidates that would come into your pipeline.
I'm definitely going to give that a try for sure.
Perfect.
I saw that is that right there. I like that.
Awesome.
You know what I mean? So give it a
Yeah.
try.
Awesome. Yeah. And this will be, by the way, this will be in the course area. So you guys can literally, right after the call, this should be uploaded. You guys can copy and paste these templates, and, you know, hopefully this will help you recruit better employees in your company.
Can I ask the other guys out there? I mean, you
Yeah,
got the sales guys. I mean, that I don't know if that's an easier job to get to hire on, but the construction part of the business that's the harder area to get that good attracted employee. And I'm just curious to know if they what they're doing, if they have any ideas or anything out there.
We've had to move more to subs.
Yeah, I got you. I do the
Yeah,
same thing. But you do need employees still, though, you know?
Yeah, well, I'm down to right now I only have one crew, and I'd like to have two at least.
Yeah.
But it's hard to compete with you know, we only do about 40 pools a year usually. So it's not like I can have one crew doing the same thing over and over again. And it's been difficult to figure out whether we wanted to have crews that specialize, but we don't have the volume. When they're
Yeah.
generalists, it's hard for them to remember everything, and it might be a while since they've done tile. We do a lot of vinyl pools.
Okay.
So we end up subbing tile out a lot, and our guys take 3 times as long to do coping.
Yeah.
So,
That's
and
true.
meanwhile, the other guys, the specialists, are more expensive, but they do coping and tile in one day. So
Yeah, I got what you're saying. I mean, even like a guy that wants to just go, you got to get the guy that go clean up the job site, because you're right, we do a lot of sub work too, as in plumbing and tile and coping. We sub out that. I have a plaster crew, so I take care of the plaster. So you know, like a good guy that goes out and does the cleanups, that's there every day, and has got a quality driver's license. That's another issue, you know. So
yeah, that's been the big one for us, is people showing it's like it's an absolutely necessary thing now that we make them give us a driving record.
yeah. Oh yeah, no, you can't drive, and you can't go at work if you can't drive the company vehicle. That's the problem.
Yeah, and that's been like up through last year, we'd have all these guys who could walk to work.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
they can walk. That's
I
about
have
it.
to hire drivers for them, and I'm like, this is so that's what hurts us where I am, is that we're so seasonal.
Mm.
I'm in Maryland, so you really
I
can't do
got you.
anything for basically 2 months out of the year. And so who wants to work where it's seasonal? Well, guys who have DUIs, and man, I don't want to say such disparaging things, but you know the types.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe you hire as a full-time job, regardless of at least you get paid throughout the year. You stretch their money throughout the year, and maybe you can find a better employee. That way, they get paid weekly. I don't know, you know what I mean? You have to figure out how to get your guy. Get that quality guy. I mean, I guess that's what I would do if I was in your position in Maryland. At least spread out their pay, and then you can get that better employee.
Yeah, I've given up on that. My thought is now that we're gonna hire full-time project managers who have some construction ability.
Yeah,
Do like the punch list kind of stuff when necessary, and then they will coordinate specialists as subs for everything that needs to be done. And then I can probably hold on to a couple of guys, maybe one crew through January and February.
yeah. I mean, you could probably do it with everybody. You just have to spread their money out evenly so they can live the way they want to, I guess. I don't know. That'd be tough up there. Wow. Yeah, Maryland. Yeah, that's a little different up there.
We tried to
year
buy
round
a property to do rehab in the wintertime. They didn't want to do it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I was like,
See, that's the problem.
You don't want a paycheck?
Right.
I'm used to doing that all the time. I don't want to learn. Oh, okay. Cool. You're going on unemployment.
It's crazy, man. That's insane. I know that type of employee.
Yeah.
We all have them, and it's hard to.
Well,
It's
there's a
hard
reason. There's a reason they can't keep their license, right?
Right. That's my plaster guys. Oh, we don't do anything else but plaster. I'm like, what, dude? I got work for you to do, man. You could do other things. And they're like, no. I'm like, all right. Okay, man. I got it.
At least they know what they like to do.
Yeah.
Yep. Almer, do you have any questions? Any comments, thoughts?
So I did have a question. I have a hot lead on putting a pool in this week. So I have.
Do you do pools?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So I'm curious to see if there's anyone here that would be good be able to help me get started possibly with give me some direction on. I'm looking at vinyl pools, but I'm sorry, fiberglass, and I'm still open to other options, but at this time I've had my sights on fiberglass for the most part.
Where are you located, Elmer?
I am in Central PA.
Central Pennsylvania. Okay.
Hmm.
So near Lancaster, or?
Yes. 2 hours.
Okay. I'm on the eastern shore of Maryland and Delaware. So we're on like a big sandbar, and we don't do fiberglass. But one thing I've noticed as vendors have tried to get me to push their wares is that I am willing to bet that whoever you're going to buy the fiberglass shell from, they will go out of their way to help show you how.
Sure. I've reached out to a few, and there are already a few that are willing to help me with that. I didn't know if there's anyone here that has just a better would be able to help me expedite that. Imagine Pools, they want me to do go to Tennessee to do a training, which that's awesome, but I need the training. But is there something more that's going to take a little bit of my time?
Are you trying to learn to install the pool, or are you trying to get the customer, or what is it? You got the customer, and then you're trying to
learn the installation.
Installation.
Learn the installation. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's. I'll be honest. It's very intimidating to me. All that plumbing and knowing everything about it. It's it's a lot.
Yeah. So you'd have to find somebody to dig for you, and then get you.
I have the excavation equipment. We are a hardscape company.
Oh, okay. So you're digging, and then
outdoor living. Yeah.
Yeah. So you would need somebody to shape it out for you a little bit while you're digging, and then once you get that hole dug, you drop it in, and then plumbing. Find the subs, man. It's easier to do that. I'm telling you. get your subs. Subs are always good. Find someone that knows how to plumb pools and hire them sub wise. I don't know. I'm not familiar with your area in Pennsylvania, but your best effort is to find subs if you're a solo guy right now, for sure.
Got it.
And that way you can and ask questions along the way. First you dig, and I'm building a home right now, so my shell guy's helping me out. I pretty much know how to do it and get an idea around it. But when it comes down to the permitting or the calling in inspections is where I'm not exactly sure at. The building part I'm good with, but inspections and stuff like that. So ask a lot of questions to your subs that are that know the industry.
Got it.
Elmer,
Cool.
what's your company's name?
It is Potted Luck Landscape.
What is it? How do you say it?
Potted Luck.
Potted glove?
Luck.
Luck.
Oh, potted
Yeah.
luck.
Elma, have you already found a manufacturer yet, or you're still working on that?
No, I mean, I've set my sights, like I'm looking at a lot of, I'm looking at Imagine and also river pools.
Okay. What
I
about
haven't reached
Thursday pools?
I
Have
have
you
not
looked into
reached
that?
out to them.
No. Okay. Okay. And for each of those, imagine they want you to go for a training down in Tennessee.
I'm sorry.
Just you said Imagine wants you to go
Yes.
down to Tennessee for training. Okay.
Correct.
Tell them to pay your flight. You go install their pools. They probably like that, bet you. God.
Okay. I'll see if I can find another manufacturer, Elmer. We have one. They're actually based out of Bakersfield, California. So I'm not sure if they're going to ship the shells all the way.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll see if I can find anyone else.
Okay.
Okay. Cool, guys. This was great talk. I loved it. Any
Yeah.
other questions you guys want to ask, or should we wrap it up and we'll do it next Friday, 12 p.m.?
All right, man. Well, we'll see you guys next week, man.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Weekend, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.